Emily Harris, 39, adjusted her wool scarf in the guest room of her childhood friend's farmhouse, her green eyes catching a flicker of uncertainty in a dusty mirror. The quiet visit to Rachel's home in rural Vermont, a chance to catch up over tea, wasn't Emily's usual escape, but a need to reconnect had drawn her here. As a child, she'd been the reserved one, sketching geological surveys in her journal, seen by others as withdrawn rather than visionary. Now, she was Captain Emily Harris, U.S. National Guard, leading landslide response operations across the Northeast, but she'd kept her rank private, even from Rachel. She'd come to share memories and find peace, not to stand out. The farmhouse kitchen glowed with lamplight, the soft clink of teacups mingling with the hum of a kettle. Emily stepped in, her boots quiet on the hardwood, her senses sharp from years of crisis leadership. Rachel Porter, 37, a pottery artist with a warm but probing smile, sat at the table, pouring chamomile tea. Rachel had been Emily's closest friend in high school, but her gentle teasing about Emily's daydreaming had always carried a hint of misjudgment. Emily wasn't here to correct her, just to reconnect. "Emily, you're quieter than I remember," Rachel said, sliding a teacup over, her tone soft but pointed.
"Still lost in your sketches?
What do you do now? Map hills for a hobby?" Emily's fingers brushed her satchel, but her smile stayed steady. "I work in environmental planning," she said.
"It's demanding."
She'd risen from a small-town scholarship student to a captain, coordinating disaster responses, but she kept that private.
"Rache seit, Stiering her tea.
You were always so distant.
I wish you'd share more. Are you, like, a savior or something?"
The words stung, echoing years of being seen as the quiet one, her ambitions misread as quirks. Emily sipped her tea, her mind drifting. She'd nearly declined the visit, tempted to stay home with her maps, but a longing for connection had pulled her here. Her smartwatch buzzed, a coded alert from Lieutenant Clara Evans, her deputy, landslide alert.
"Urgent. Stand by. Emily's Pulse quickenet."
She'd planned a quiet evening, but her role in disaster response was relentless. She tapped a reply, "Sitrep?"
"No response yet."
Rachel leaned forward, her voice gentle but curious.
"You're always in your head, Emily."
"What's in those notebooks?"
"Still planning for the end of the world."
Emily's cheeks warmed, but she kept her composure. "Just ideas," she said, opening her notebook to a sketch of a hillside stabilization plan. She started to share a memory of a school project, but Rachel's smile was polite, her eyes drifting, as if Emily's story was too technical.
"The moment felt heavy, Rachels misunderstanding a quit ache."
A low rumble shook the farmhouse, the teacups trembling on the table. Rachel frowned, glancing at the window. "Probably a logging truck," she said, but Emily's instincts flared. She noted the exits, her body alert.
"The rumble deepened, a grinding sound from the hills beyond."
This wasn't a truck, it was the earth shifting, a landslide brewing. Rachel's voice sharpened.
"Emily, you're zoning out again.
If you're not into this, maybe head out. I don't get you sometimes." Her words cut, her misjudgment echoing years of being seen as distant. Emily stood, satchel in hand, ready to check the hillside, when her smartwatch buzzed again, Evan's voice crackling. "Captain Harris. Landslide emergency, we need you." Before she could respond, sirens wailed across the valley, their piercing cry slicing through the dusk.
"The farmhouse shook harder, dust falling from the ceiling."
Rachel gasped, her teacup slipping to the floor, shattering. "What's happening?" she whispered, her face pale. Emily's heart raced, but her posture shifted to command. She moved to the porch, Rachel following, as the roar of a helicopter grew louder, its floodlights sweeping the yard.
A Black Hawk landed on the grassy drive, scattering leaves.
A soldier leapt out, his fatigues dusty, and saluted sharply.
"Captain Harris.
The town needs you." Rachel froze, her jaw dropping. Emily set her satchel down, her voice steel.
"What's the situation, Sergeant?" "Sergeant Thomas Walsh, 31, steht firm. Helikopters ready, ma'am."
Landslides hit Warren, 20 miles west. Hills are collapsing, thousands at risk.
"Command needs you."
Emily nodded, the catch-up forgotten.
"Let's move."
She followed Walsh to the chopper, Rachel trailing to the porch, stunned. Rachel's voice, shaky, called out, "Emily?"
What's this?
Lieutenant Clara Evans waited inside, her tablet flashing with geological data. "Ma'am, a landslide's buried parts of Warren. Roads are gone, homes trapped. 5,000 residents at risk."
Jureselit.
Emily climbed aboard, Evans beside her. As the chopper lifted off, the farmhouse shrank below, Rachel's silhouette stunned against the lamplight. The helicopter's radio crackled with urgent chatter. Emily donned a headset, Evans' voice clear. "Landslide hit at 1800 hours.
Warensgott 5,000 at risk.
Debris flows, power outages, unstable hills. We've got 100 responders, 4 Black Hawks, and FEMA ready."
Emily's mind locked into crisis-mode.
She'd led flood responses, but landslides were sudden, crumbling earth, trapped lives. Rachel's misunderstanding, her gentle dismissal, it dissolved. She was Captain Harris, and lives depended on her. Evans handed her a tablet with geological maps. "Warren's downtown is buried, bridges are out. Rescue teams and heavy equipment are ready." Emily studied the maps, zooming on Warren's hills.
Hazards.
"Debris flows, gas leaks, unstable slopes," Evans said. "Shelters are filling fast."
The chopper's blades thumped, the hills bluering below.
Emily's scarf was out of place. "Get me fatigues at the ops center," she said. "And a full brief on the slopes." Evans nodded, sending orders. Emily's phone buzzed, her sister Jane, 41, "Emily, a helicopter?"
What's happening?
She ignored it. The catch-up was nothing, the landslide was everything. They approached the ops center, a field base 15 miles out, lit by generators. Emily disembarked, the air thick with dust. The base hummed with responders.
Evans handed her a dossier on the landslide. Sudden, deadly.
Emily's eyes narrowed, her focus absolute on the crisis ahead.
The Black Hawk's blades trummet trug the Vermont dusk, slicing over rolling hills toward the ops center, 15 miles west of Rachel's farmhouse.
Dust swirled in the air, carrying the faint grit of loosened earth, a stark reminder of the landslide crisis gripping Warren. Captain Emily Harris gripped her tablet, its screen glowing with geological data, seismic maps, debris flow projections, and thermal imaging of trapped residents. At 1830 hours, the landslide had buried Warren's downtown, collapsed roads, and endangered 5,000 lives, with homes and infrastructure teetering on unstable slopes. Emily's role demanded she stabilize the region before the earth shifted again. The ops center, a cluster of tents and heavy machinery in a forested clearing, pulsed with urgency under floodlights. Emily stepped out, her wool scarf dusted with chopper grit, her green eyes scanning the scene. Engineers maneuvered cranes, responders checked radios, and medics prepped trauma kits. Lieutenant Clara Evans followed, her tablet flashing with real-time updates. "Ma'am, Warren's downtown is a rubble field. Buildings collapsed, gas leaks sparking fires. Shelters are filling, but roads are blocked by debris. We've got 3 hours before slopes shift again." Emily nodded, her mind locked into crisis mode. "What's the status on assets?" 4 Black Hawks for rescue, 100 responders with heavy equipment, FEMA on standby with supplies, Evans said. "Local responders are overwhelmed, and panic's clogging evacuation routes." Emily studied the tablet, zooming in on Warren's shattered streets, where homes hung precariously on hillsides. She'd managed flood responses before, but landslides were chaotic. Unstable earth, hidden voids. "Get me the fire chief and Warren's mayor," she said. "We need ground truth." Evans patched a radio call. Fire Chief Alan Burke, 42, came through, his voice hoarse. "Captain, Warren's a mess. Half the downtown's buried, fires spreading from gas leaks."
VW got 1,500 treppet, no clear roads out.
Emily's jaw tightened.
Hold your lines, Chief.
"We're clearing paths and sending air support. Stay in touch." She turned to Evans. "Deploy 2 Black Hawks with rescue teams to Warren's downtown. Prioritize trapped residents. Get engineers to clear main roads by 2000. Evans relayed orders, her fingers flying over her tablet. Emily moved to the main tent, where a digital map projected the landslide's spread. Sergeant Thomas Walsh approached, his fatigue streaked with mud. "Ma'am, choppers are airborne, but debris is slowing ground teams. We've got reports of a school in Warren, 15 kids, 3 teachers, trapped in a collapsed gym." Emily's heart lurched. Kids were her priority. "Send a Black Hawk with a rescue team," she ordered. "Cranes, thermal imaging. Ground team to clear a path." Walsh nodded, rushing to his radio. The map showed Warren's hills, rubble choking streets. Emily's mind raced. She'd stabilized a dam once, but this landslide scale was relentless. "Evans," she said, "status on the slopes?" "Seismic sensors show minor tremors," Evans replied. "Slopes are unstable, but no major shifts yet. Engineers are assessing." Emily nodded, her fingers brushing her scarf, a habit under pressure. "Get a geologist to monitor those slopes," she said. "And set up evacuation zones outside Warren." She grabbed her headset.
Black Hawk 1, this is Captain Harris.
"Status on downtown rescues." "Approaching target," the pilot replied. "Debris is heavy, but we're spotting heat signatures. Dropping teams now." "Move fast," Emily said. "Medics on standby." She turned to Evans. "Get FEMA to set up a shelter outside Warren, beds, water, generators." Evans nodded, dispatching orders.
A Responder, Ensign Laura Mitchell, 29, flagget her.
"Ma'am, drone shows a nursing home in Warren, 12 residents, trapped by rubble, no road access." Emily's stomach knotted. "Send a Black Hawk with medics," she ordered. "Cranes, thermal imaging. Ground team to clear a path." Mitchell nodded, relaying orders. The drone feed showed Warren's downtown, buildings crumbled, gas pipes hissing. Emily's pulse steadied, she'd save them all. "Burke," she said, "status on the fires?" "Containing small blazes," Burke replied. "But gas leaks are fueling spot fires. We need more foam." Emily nodded. "Send a Black Hawk with foam to Warren's downtown," she said. "Prioritize the school rescue." She checked her watch, 18:45. The landslide was stable, but tremors loomed.
Mitchell, flagget her.
"Ma'am, drone shows a stranded ambulance in Warren, 3 patients, blocked by debris."
Emilys Brit kaukt.
"Send a Black Hawk with medics," she said.
Rob-Extraktion, Thermal Imaging.
Ground team to clear a path." Mitchell relayed orders, and the feed showed the ambulance, patients inside, rubble piling around.
Evans, voice Kut trug.
"Ma'am, mayor reports 60% evacuation in Warren, but panic's slowing buses. Slopes are holding, but we need more barriers." Emily's jaw clenched. Panic could derail everything. "Send MPs to manage crowds," she said.
Non-lethal, keep roads open.
Evans sent the order, and Emily studied the feed, the school rescue underway. Medics pulling kids from rubble, 5 out.
Burke radioed.
"Captain, fires are under control, but we've got a collapsed library, 10 patrons trapped." Emily's heart raced. "Send a Black Hawk with a rescue team," she said. "Cranes, medics."
Clear a pass.
Burke confirmed, his crew racing to the site. The feed showed the nursing home rescue starting. Medics lowering ropes, residents climbing. Emily's pulse steadied, she'd save them all. "Evans," she said, "status on the school?" 10 kids out, Evans replied. "Teachers next. Debris is slowing, but cranes are working."
Emily exhalet. Keep it moving.
She turned to the map, noting Warren's shelter, crowded but holding. The slopes were the linchpin, stability was life. "Walsh," she said, "status on the nursing home?" 8 residents out, Walsh replied. "Medics treating, safe at the shelter." Emily's shoulders eased. "Good. Get them to safety." The ops center hummed, engineers hauling cranes, medics prepping kits. Rachel's misunderstanding, her gentle dismissal, it was nothing. The ops center thrummed with relentless urgency, its tents shrouded in a dusty haze under floodlights at 1900 hours. The landslide crisis gripping Warren showed no mercy. Hills collapsing, roads buried, and 5,000 residents at risk. The school rescue was progressing, with 10 of 15 kids airlifted, and the nursing home evacuation had 8 of 12 residents safe, but new reports of trapped stragglers and unstable slopes kept Captain Emily Harris on edge. Her role demanded she stabilize the ground and save every life before the earth shifted again. Engineers maneuvered cranes through the dust, their radios crackling with updates. Lieutenant Clara Evans updated her, her voice taut. "Ma'am, Warren's shelter is holding 1,200 evacuees, but debris is slowing buses. The ambulance rescue is complete, 3 patients safe at the shelter. We've got reports of a community center in Warren, 20 evacuees, some injured, trapped by rubble." Emily nodded, her flight suit gritty with dust, her green eyes locked on the digital map. "Status on the school rescue?" 12 kids out, Evans said, pointing to the drone feed. 3 kids, 3 teachers left. Cranes are clearing, but debris is heavy. Relief flickered, but Emily stayed sharp. "Get them to the shelter," she said. "And update me on the slopes." She studied her tablet, zooming in on Warren's hills, their slopes teetering under rubble. She'd managed flood responses before, but this landslide's chaos, crumbling earth, gas leaks, was relentless. Sergeant Thomas Walsh approached, his fatigues caked with mud. "Ma'am, geologists report minor tremors. Slopes are holding, but we need more barriers to stabilize. Fires are contained, but spot fires are flaring from gas leaks." Emily's jaw tightened.
Unstables Lopes Kult Buri waren.
"Send another engineering team with barriers," she ordered. "And get a Black Hawk with foam to suppress gas leaks near the community center." Walsh nodded, rushing to his radio. The drone feed shifted to Warren's community center, rubble blocking its entrance, evacuees signaling from windows. Emily grabbed her headset.
Black Hawks Re, this is Captain Harris. Status on the community center.
"Approaching now," the pilot replied. "Debris is thick, but we're dropping medics and cranes." "Move fast," Emily said. "Medics on standby." She turned to Evans. "Get FEMA to reinforce Warren's shelter with supplies, beds, water, oxygen." Evans relayed orders, her tablet flashing. Ensign Laura Mitchell rushed up, her face tense. "Ma'am, drone shows a gas station in Warren. Tanks shifting from ground movement, explosion risk high." Emily's heart lurched. "Send a fire team to vent the tanks," she ordered. "And get a Black Hawk with foam to support." Mitchell nodded, dispatching orders to Fire Chief Alan Burke's crew. The feed showed the gas station, tanks tilting precariously. Emily adjusted her headset, her habit under pressure. "Burke," she said, "status on the fires?" "Spot fires are out," Burke replied. "But ash from the landslides piling on roofs, collapse risks rising." Emily nodded. "Get volunteers to clear ash from the shelter," she said. "Navy engineers will assist." She checked her watch, 19:15. The landslide was stable, but tremors loomed.
Mitchell flagget her.
"Ma'am, drone shows a stranded delivery truck in Warren, 2 drivers, trapped by rubble near the hills."
Emilys Brit kaukt.
"Send a Black Hawk with medics," she ordered.
Rob-Extraktion, Thermal Imaging.
"Ground team to clear a path." Mitchell relayed orders, and the feed showed the truck, drivers waving through a cracked windshield.
Evans, voice Kut trug.
"Ma'am, mayor reports 70% evacuation in Warren, but panics slowing buses. Slopes are holding, but we need more barriers." Emily's jaw clenched. Panic could derail everything. "Send MPs to manage crowds," she said.
Non-lethal, keep roads open.
Evans sent the order, and Emily studied the feed, the school rescue wrapping up, all 15 kids and 3 teachers safe, medics treating injuries.
Burke radioed.
"Captain, community center teams got 15 evacuees out. 5 left, pinned by rubble." Relief surged, but Emily stayed focused. "Keep cutting," she said.
Medics ready.
She turned to the map, noting Warren's shelter, crowded but stable. The slopes were the linchpin, stability was life. "Walsh," she said, "status on the nursing home?" "All 12 residents out," Walsh replied. "Safe at the shelter, medics treating."
Emily exhalet.
"Good. Get them oxygen." The feed showed the community center rescue progressing, 18 evacuees out. The gas station's tanks were being vented, foam coating the area.
Evans flagget her.
Ma'am, geologists report no new tremors. Barriers are stabilizing slopes, but we need more.
Emilys Pulse steadied.
Send them, she said. And keep foam drops cycling. The feed showed the delivery truck rescue starting. Medics lowering ropes, drivers climbing. Mitchell, she said, status on the community center? Last evacuees out, Mitchell replied. Safe, minor injuries. Emily's shoulders eased. Good. Get them to the shelter. The ops center hummed, engineers hauling barriers, medics distributing oxygen. Rachel's misunderstanding, her gentle dismissal, it was nothing. Lives were at stake. Walsh approached.
Ma am Gasstationssekure. No explosions.
Shelters are holding, but we need more supplies. Emily nodded. FEMA's on it, she said. Distribute what we have. The feed showed the community center clear, evacuees safe. The delivery truck was empty, drivers treated. The slopes held, barriers piling up.
Evans' voice came trug.
Ma'am, Mayor reports 80% evacuation. Roads are clearing, but we've got a collapsed barn, 3 farmers trapped. Emily's heart raced. Send a Black Hawk with a rescue team, she ordered. Cranes, medics.
Clear a pass.
Evans relayed orders, and the feed showed the barn, rubble pinning the farmers. The landslide was slowing, but the hills loomed. Emily's focus was absolute. The ops center pulsed with relentless precision, its tents cloaked in a dusty haze under floodlights at 1930 hours. The landslide crisis gripping Warren teetered on the edge of control, with hills stabilized by barriers and 80% of the town's 5,000 residents evacuated. The school, nursing home, community center, and delivery truck rescues were complete, but a collapsed barn with 3 trapped farmers and reports of unstable slopes kept Captain Emily Harris's focus razor-sharp. Her role demanded she secure the ground and save every life before the earth could shift again. Engineers hauled concrete barriers through the dust, their radios crackling with updates. Lieutenant Clara Evans updated her, her voice steady but strained. Ma'am, Warren's shelter is holding 1,800 evacuees, with no new injuries reported. The barn rescue is underway, 2 farmers out, 1 pinned. We've got reports of a stranded ambulance in Warren's outskirts, 2 paramedics, 1 patient, blocked by debris. Emily nodded, her flight suit gritty with dust, her green eyes locked on the digital map. Status on the slopes? Geologists report stability, Evans said, pointing to the drone feed. Barriers are holding, but minor tremors are possible. Engineers need more concrete to reinforce. Emily's jaw tightened.
A tremor cult undo evating.
Send another engineering team with concrete, she ordered. And get a Black Hawk with foam to suppress gas leaks near the barn. She studied her tablet, zooming in on Warren's hills, their slopes fortified under floodlights. She'd managed flood responses before, but this landslide's volatility, crumbling earth, hidden faults, was relentless. Sergeant Thomas Walsh approached, his fatigues caked with mud. Ma'am, barn teams cutting through rubble. Last farmers pinned, but cranes are helping. Gas leaks are contained, but spot fires are flaring from debris. Emily's heart raced. Send a fire team with foam, she ordered. Prioritize the barn. Walsh nodded, rushing to his radio. The drone feed shifted to Warren's outskirts, where the ambulance sat, rubble blocking its path, the patient's heat signature faint. Emily grabbed her headset.
Black Hawk 4, this is Captain Harris.
Status on the ambulance. Approaching now, the pilot replied. Debris is heavy, but we're dropping medics and ropes. Move fast, Emily said. Medics on standby. She turned to Evans. Get FEMA to reinforce Warren's shelter with supplies, food, water, blankets. Evans relayed orders, her tablet flashing. Ensign Laura Mitchell rushed up, her face tense. Ma'am, drone shows a gas station in Warren. Tanks shifting from ground movement, explosion risk high. Emily's stomach knotted. Send a fire team to vent the tanks, she ordered. And get a Black Hawk with foam to support. Mitchell nodded, dispatching orders to Fire Chief Alan Burke's crew. The feed showed the gas station, tanks tilting precariously. Emily adjusted her headset, her habit under pressure. "Burke," she said, "status on the barn?" "Last farmer's almost free," Burke replied. "Medics are ready. Spot fires are out, but ash is piling on shelter roofs." Emily nodded. "Get volunteers to clear ash," she said. "Navy engineers will assist." She checked her watch, 19:45. The slopes were holding, but tremors loomed.
Mitchell flagget her.
"Ma'am, drone shows a stranded family in Warren, 4 people, trapped in a house near the hills."
Emilys Brit kaukt.
"Send a Black Hawk with a rescue team," she ordered. "Cranes, thermal imaging, ground team to clear a path." Mitchell relayed orders, and the feed showed the house, rubble blocking its porch, family members waving.
Evans voice kut trug.
"Ma'am, mayor reports 85% evacuation. Roads are clearing, but panic's slowing buses." Emily's jaw clenched. Panic could derail everything. "Send MPs to manage crowds," she said.
Non-lethal, keep roads open.
Evans sent the order, and Emily studied the feed, the barn rescue wrapping up, the last farmer free, medics treating injuries.
Burke radioed. Captain, barn's clear.
Moving to the gas station. Relief surged, but Emily stayed focused. "Good. Vent those tanks." She turned to the map, noting Warren's shelter, crowded but stable. The slopes were the linchpin, stability was life. "Walsh," she said, "status on the ambulance?" "All out," Walsh replied. "Paramedics and patients safe, medics treating."
Emily exhalet.
"Get them to the shelter." The feed showed the family rescue starting, medics lowering ropes, 2 out. The gas station's tanks were being vented, foam coating the area.
Evans flagget her.
"Ma'am, geologists report no new tremors. Barriers are holding, but we need more concrete."
Emilys pulse steadied.
"Send it," she said. "And keep foam drops cycling." The feed showed the ambulance clear, the family rescue progressing, 3 out, 1 to go. "Mitchell," she said, "status on the family?" "Last member out," Mitchell replied. "Safe, minor injuries." Emily's shoulders eased. "Good. Get them to the shelter." The ops center hummed, engineers hauling barriers, medics distributing supplies. Rachel's misunderstanding, her gentle dismissal, it was nothing. Lives were at stake. Walsh approached.
Ma am Gasstationssekure. No explosions.
"Shelters are holding, but we need more supplies." Emily nodded. "FEMA's on it," she said. "Distribute what we have." The feed showed the family safe, the gas station secure. The slopes held, barriers piling up.
Evans' voice came trug.
"Ma'am, mayor reports 90% evacuation. Roads are clear, but we've got a collapsed store, 5 workers trapped." Emily's heart raced. "Send a Black Hawk with a rescue team," she ordered. "Cranes, medics."
Clear apas.
Evans relayed orders, and the feed showed the store, rubble blocking the entrance, workers signaling. The landslide was slowing, but the hills loomed. Emily's focus was absolute. She'd save every life, her resolve unshaken by the Earth's chaos. The ops center thrummed with a hard-won calm, its tents bathed in the dim glow of floodlights at 2000 hours. The landslide crisis gripping Warren teetered on the edge of resolution, with 95% of the town's 5,000 residents safely evacuated. The school, nursing home, community center, ambulance, delivery truck, family, and barn rescues were complete, and the gas station's tanks were secured. Yet, the collapsed store with 5 trapped workers and the ever-present risk of slope instability kept Captain Emily Harris's focus razor-sharp. Her role demanded she lock down the region, ensuring no lives were lost and the ground held firm against further shifts. Dust swirled through the air, the ops center a hive of engineers dismantling barriers and medics treating injuries. Lieutenant Clara Evans updated her, her voice steady despite fatigue. "Ma'am, Warren's shelter is holding 2,200 evacuees, with no new injuries reported." The store rescue is underway, 3 workers out, 2 pinned. Geologists confirm slopes are stable, but minor tremors are still possible. Emily nodded, her flight suit caked with grit, her green eyes locked on the digital map. Status on the store rescue? Progressing, Evans said, pointing to the drone feed. Cranes are clearing rubble, medics treating. Debris is heavy, but we're close. Relief surged, but Emily stayed sharp. Get those workers to the shelter, she said. And update me on the slopes. She studied her tablet, zooming in on Warren's hills, their barriers gleaming under floodlights. She'd stabilized a dam before, but this landslide's unpredictability, hidden faults, shifting earth, was relentless. Sergeant Thomas Walsh approached, his fatigue streaked with mud. Ma'am, geologists report no new tremors. Barriers are holding, and foam's neutralized all gas leaks. Shelters need more supplies, food, water, blankets. Emily's jaw tightened. Supplies were critical for morale. Send FEMA to restock the shelter, she ordered. And get a Black Hawk with foam on standby for any flare-ups. Walsh nodded, rushing to his radio. The drone feed showed the store, rubble parting as cranes lifted beams, 2 workers still trapped. Emily grabbed her headset.
Black Hawk 5, this is Captain Harris. Status on the store.
Last workers almost free, the pilot replied. Medics are ready, cranes working. Move fast, Emily said. Medics on standby. She turned to Evans. Get FEMA to set up a second shelter outside Warren, beds, generators, supplies. Evans relayed orders, her tablet flashing. Ensign Laura Mitchell rushed up, her face tense. Ma'am, drone shows a gas leak in Warren's outskirts, pipes cracked by debris. Fire risk is low but present. Emily's heart lurched. Send a fire team to seal the leak, she ordered. And get a Black Hawk with foam to support. Mitchell nodded, dispatching orders to Fire Chief Alan Burke's crew. The feed showed the store rescue wrapping up, 4 workers out, 1 pinned. Emily adjusted her headset, her habit under pressure. Burke, she said, status on the gas leak? Sealed, Burke replied. No fires. Moving to clear ash from shelter roofs. Emily nodded. Keep it tight, she said. She checked her watch, 2015. The slopes were stable, but the store rescue loomed. Evans, she said, status on the store? Last workers out, Evans replied. Safe, minor injuries, medics treating.
Emily exhaled, relief wasing over here.
Get them to the shelter, she said. She studied the map, noting Warren's shelter, crowded but stable. The slopes were the linchpin, stability was life. Walsh approached.
Ma'am, FEMA's restocking the shelter.
No new hazards reported. Slopes are holding, barriers secure.
Emily's pulse steadied.
Good. Keep engineers on the slopes, she said.
Monitor for tremors.
The feed showed the store clear, workers safe. The gas leak was sealed, foam coating the pipes.
Evans flagged here.
Ma'am, Mayor reports 98% evacuation. Roads are clear, buses moving.
No new stragglers.
Emily's shoulders eased. Open a 3rd shelter outside Warren, she said. FEMA to stock it. The ops center hummed, engineers dismantling barriers, medics treating injuries. Rachel's misunderstanding, her gentle dismissal at the farmhouse, it was nothing. Lives were at stake.
Mitchell's voice came trug.
Ma'am, drone shows a stranded pickup truck in Warren, 2 residents, trapped by debris near the hills. Emily's heart raced. Send a Black Hawk with a rescue team, she ordered.
Grobextraktion, thermal imaging.
Ground team to clear a path. Mitchell relayed orders, and the feed showed the truck, residents waving from the cab.
Burke radioed.
Captain, all fires are out. Shelters are stable, supplies arriving. Emily nodded. Good. Keep eyes on the slopes. The feed showed the pickup truck rescue starting, medics lowering ropes, 1 resident out. The store was clear, the gas leak contained.
Evans flagged here.
Ma'am, geologists confirm no tremors. Slopes are fully stabilized.
Emily exhaled, the weight lifting.
Keep monitoring, she said. And get me a final sweep for stragglers. The feed showed the pickup truck rescue wrapping up, both residents safe, medics treating. More approached. Ma'am, FEMA reports all shelters stocked.
No new hazards.
Landslides contained, grounds stable.
Emily steppet outside, Downs grey light breaking trug se dust.
The ops center quieted, responders weary but proud. She turned to Evans, Walsh, and Mitchell. Your work saved thousands, she said, her voice firm but warm.
This is your victory.
Evans nodded, a faint smile breaking through. Walsh and Mitchell saluted, pride in their eyes. Emily climbed into a Humvee, the ops center fading behind. The landslide was contained, Warren safe, no lives lost. Rachel's dismissal was a ghost. Emily had faced her past in the crisis,